What's going on YouTube? Back with another video. Today I'm here to talk about The Substance. So I'm taking film classes at UNLV, and every so often they do film screenings, and we have a term paper coming up. Uh, we got three films to choose from, and one of those films is The Substance, and they were actually screening this film on Friday. So I was like, let me go check it out, because I had heard about The Substance. Obviously, he's got a ton of Oscar nods. It's been a film that's been talked about a lot. So I was like, you know what? And I'd heard what it was about and how like I guess how hard it was to get through. So I was kind of like really skeptical on watching it. But I was like, you know what? They're screening it. It's kind of a cool way to go check it out. So I went down and checked it out, and uh, definitely one of, if not the most disturbing films that I've ever seen in my life. 100%. But at the same time, it was phenomenal. It is a film that I probably wouldn't have watched if not for the fact that we had a paper due on it and that they were screening it. And I thank God that they screened this film, that we had a paper due on it, because it was one of the best films I've seen. It truly is a phenomenal film, and it deserves all the praise that it's getting. Um, I really, really thought this was a great film. It did a great job with this delivering its messages, and this is going to be a spoiler review. Um, One thing that I really enjoyed about the film that really stood out to me was the openings of the film. How it starts off where we see her star on the Walk of Fame being created, and how we see like she's on top of the world and everybody loves her and people are taking pictures next to her star. And then you start seeing people walk by the star. You remember her? Oh yeah, she's that actress from what was it? And then it gets to the point where nobody's even acknowledging. They just walking underneath. People are literally dropping stuff on her star, like. And I thought that was a very innovative way to kind of show like how she was the it girl. Now she kind of has had her fall from grace, where she's become somewhat irrelevant. Give Demi Moore the Oscar. She was brilliant in this film. I thought Dennis Quaid was brilliant in the film. I honestly thought he could have got an Oscar nod as well. He was really good in the film. The way the film is shot, man, like every shot was just so intense with this film. Um, I just loved it, surprisingly. And it's not the kind of film that I normally watch. Because I could tell from the trailer, I was like, this ain't for me, and that's generally not the kind of films that I watch, but it is truly a brilliant film. Very hard to get through though at certain parts. Like, oh my god, when she first takes the substance and you're watching as her back splits open and the improved version of her comes out of her, that scene was so hard to watch in the theater. I was like, oh my god, I was struggling to watch that scene. It was so hard to watch. It looked so painful. Oh my god, like man, that was hard to sit through. But and even the end of the scene, seeing how like at the end, when the improved version tries to create another version of them, and that version comes out as this grotesque monster looking thing. It was it's hard to look at, and then also, and I kind of felt bad for the monster, the third version of them. Like I kind of felt bad for her, because when she's on the stage at the New Year's show, and she's like, they're like, it was a freak, it's a monster, kill her. And she's like, it's me, it's Sue, it's Elizabeth, and she's like, and even the part where when she first comes out and she's putting on the dress and she's like do her hair and the earrings, and I just felt sad for her, a little bit, because obviously, and then she staples the picture and all that. Like I really felt for her in that scene, because she's delusional, right? And not in the way that we normally call people delusional, but she was truly delusional at that point, right? To put that on and think that she's going to be accepted by the world, it was truly a heartbreaking scene for me to watch, at least. Another great thing about this film, though, was the humor. The humor in this film is so well timed, and it was funny. The scenes were genuinely funny and so well timed. Her neighbor, the scenes with him, every scene he was in, that dude stole the show. That dude was hilarious. Another scene that was funny was the scene when it's been like 3 months later, because at that point, Sue is pretty much like, "Hey, I'm not switching back," and she gets to the point after 3 months where she has to switch back. And when Demi Moore pops out as like this grotesque version of herself, and the dude that was spending the night, he comes over and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she tells him to get out, and you see that dude book it. Hilarious, man. And I like the fact that like he didn't stick around to ask questions. He didn't do like the normal horror tropes, right? Where he's like trying to see what's going on, and it pretty much, like he left as soon as he realized something was up ASAP, and he got out of there. I thought that was hilarious. Also, that scene with Dennis Quaid eating the shrimps. Oh my god, like horrible, horrible. This movie's so hard to sit through with certain parts, man. The bloodbath at the end, like, oh my god! It did, like, as she's like leaving the New Year's show, and she's walking down the street, and her body just completely collapsed. Oh my god! The scene where she's like trying to pop her knee back. Oh my! Oh, it was just so many scenes that made this movie hard to watch. But at the end of the day, man, it is truly a brilliant film. The message in it is great, and I would say, for those who go watch this film, it's not by no means a typical film. It is hard to sit through. But go watch this film. It is a great film, and honestly, it inspired me as an aspiring filmmaker. There were things I want to make a movie that can tell like convey messages the way this movie did. Because we had a discussion after the film was over, um, and there was a lot of people bringing up different points about like what they saw in the film, and I thought it was so cool. Like that you can watch this film and there were so many different reactions to it. Not and beyond just the like, oh my god, that was disgusting or whatever, right? Like, no, there were plenty of those. Me primarily being one of them, but like there was so much like so many people had thoughts about like what was it saying about the state of Hollywood or what women go through or how people in general can be. It's just that part of it was really great. And then again, like I said, the humor in it is very well timed. The acting in it is phenomenal. Visually, this film is a feast. I mean, just the way it's shot, the intensity of the shots, the contrast, the color palette. I just loved it, man. I think it's truly a masterclass in filmmaking. Um, and again, it's not by any means a typical film, but it's definitely one that I would say that you should go see, especially if you're not into films like this. And for those of you who have seen it, let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. Give me your review, your score out of 10. I would probably I'm gonna give it probably like a 9 out of 10. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you have not seen this film, please definitely go check it out. You can rent it on Prime Video